Greetings, beautiful ones. I am Sharifa, aka Ms Martin, and this is Sharifa Speaks. Okay, today we're going to talk about a sensitive topic. Okay, but before we get into it, make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. My YouTube channel is Ms Martin, Ms. Martin. And also, if you want to send donations, you can send it to my PayPal at Teach Me To. All right. You can also, if you have any inquiries that you need to make over the phone, 702-848-5015. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our topic for this evening. Based on some research that I've done and some, conversations that I've had recently, and just some information I've acquired. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about domestic abuse. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be a sensitive topic, just so you know ahead of time. It's a sensitive topic, but it is a topic that must be discussed. It must be discussed. We must talk about it. We cannot pretend as if it is not happening. And what really made me want to bring this, talk about it a little more is because I found out that there are women in Kenya that are going through the same thing as women in the U.S., Black women, of course, Black African women. So I'll give you a little bit of research that I did. So it says that an average of 24 people per minute are victims of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner. That's about 12 million a year in the United States. Okay. In Kenya, I see that it said over 500,000 working women in Kenya have taken time off work due to domestic abuse. Okay. So that's something that we need to talk about. And how I found out about the women being abused here in Kenya because I was at a farmer's market actually, and there was a like a table set up, for women and men as well, who have dealt with the domestic abuse. They had a place where you can donate and to help, because they help put them in homes. And of course the men, the statistics for men are lower, because if men are if they are getting abused or dealing with some abuse, they're not going to report it as much because it's kind of embarrassing, so the statistics are going to show that the men are lower, but it does happen. On this video today, I'm more concerned about the women because I can only give you, the perspective from the woman's side. Do you understand? I love the men. I love you all, but today we're going to talk about the women's side of it because I am a woman. All right. And so everybody that knows me know that I'm a mental health advocate. And I know that mental health does play a major part in this abuse of our women around the world. And so that's why I'm always talking about mental health, getting help and just making sure that you're checking in with yourself and being able to recognize triggers. And I have a daily list of things that you should check for when you're when you're looking into yourself and just making sure that you're okay, right? So today I'm just going to talk about, I think that I want to bring some awareness to different things that occur in abusive relationships. I think what is going on as well is that people think just because your mate is not physically harming you or physically abusing you, women think because, you're not being physically abused that you're not being abused. And you, as we all know, you have physical abuse, you have verbal abuse, and you have mental abuse. Okay? They're all abuse. Just because you're not getting knocked upside your head does not mean that you are not in an abusive situation. And what normally happens is you start off with the verbal abuse, okay, and the mental abuse. And eventually what happens is you wind up getting, physically abused. It's kind of like stages. The man, he's not going to just haul off and hit you initially. Not one that is calculating and manipulative, right? He's not going to do that initially. No, because that would just mess up the whole game of it all, So we're talking about those type of situations, and maybe just, and I feel like maybe some of us women and maybe and the younger, women, younger ladies don't really know what to look for, or how to recognize the abuse. Okay. If you if you initially got into a relationship and you were feeling, initially you were very confident, you were poised, you were witty, you had things together. If you walked in a relationship that way and you're in the relationship for some time and you're no longer feeling confident, you're no longer feeling that wit, you're no longer feeling that joy, that laughter, you're even questioning your own mind, questioning how you operate. If you are experiencing these things, then you are probably in an abusive relationship. Okay, because during this process of you entering a relationship and actively being in a relationship, your esteem is getting lowered. Okay, and even if you have to ask, am I in an abusive relationship, or if you're feeling like something's not right, if you're feeling like you're not yourself, you're probably in an abusive relationship. And some of us know that we are in those type of relationships, but we're embarrassed. And that shame and embarrassment, that could potentially put you in a very dangerous situation, because your mate knows that you're ashamed and you're embarrassed, and you don't want to tell anybody, because that would be embarrassing to let somebody know that you're dealing with that behind closed doors. If your man is praising you in public, but he's putting you down in private, that's abuse. I repeat, if your man is praising you in public, my woman this, my woman that, she's a good woman, but he's putting you down in private, behind closed doors, that is abuse. And if he's putting on for the public, that's not real. That's the cover up. Because nobody would probably even believe it, that you're in an abuse situation, the way he props you up in public like that. You're his queen, No one would believe that. But it happens every day. You see the statistics every day. a woman is dealing with some type of abuse. Okay. I'm just going to talk about just one like basic, maybe minor type of abuse that you may not think is a big deal, or you may not even recognize how this can be abusive to you. Okay. If your mate says things to you, like, for instance, without me, you ain't shit. If your man says that to you, that is abuse. If a man says, if it wasn't for me, you'd be effed up out here. If a man says to you, you can't do shit without me. That is verbal abuse. Because he's trying to play on your esteem. He's trying to lower your self-esteem and really make you question being able to function. Like, can I not really function without my mate? That make you question your own competency. And all he's doing is lowering your self-esteem. He's making you feel like you need him and that you can't do without him. Without him, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it out here. If it wasn't for him, you would be nothing. Some of us know that is verbal abuse. Some of us don't. Today, you need to know that's the beginnings of abuse. And that can potentially lead to physical abuse. Your man, he's not God. He's not a universal being. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your God, whoever you pray to, they will always make sure that you will be provided for, that you have your basic need, at least your basic needs. Do not be afraid. Do not let someone play on your esteem like that. And I know, because I'm working on a book now. I know that women that are in this type of situation, that have dealt with the situation, most of us haven't had a father in our lives. Or we've seen this behavior from our fathers, maybe from our stepfathers. We've seen this behavior somewhere. The verbal abuse starts, and then initially gets to the mental, and then that mental it starts to seep over into your spirit, your soul. Okay, that abuse. Like I said, that's just one example. And that's one of those small ones where you don't really You pay attention to it, but you don't. But you know your body, ladies, listen to your body. Your body will tell you when something don't feel right. Your intuition will tell you this is not right. Trust your intuition. That is the beginnings of abuse. And that's unacceptable. No type of abuse is acceptable. None. You deserve better, but you got to know that you deserve better. And you need to be informed of these certain type of situations that you are in. It's time for you. It is time for you to come up out of these situations. You're at home drowning. In the dysfunction. It's time to become aware of what's going on. It's time to become aware of yourself. It's time to be aware of your mate, and it's time to be aware of what's going on in your life. And you need to figure out if you have a partner that's saying this to you, basically saying that you are nothing without me and you ain't going to be nothing without me. If you have a partner saying that to you, you need to question why you're with someone like that. And why would your mate say something like that to you? Love is not abuse. Talking down to someone, playing on their self-esteem, that is not love. Making someone feel less than, that is not love. Being disrespectful, that is not love. And I know people are in different relationships for different kinds of reasons. I do understand that, but you do not have to deal with abuse. A lot of times we hold ourselves back because of fear, because of some type of fear, some type of shame. Some type of guilt. Those three hold us back. And something must be done about this. This has to stop. So I think we must keep talking about it. We must keep talking about it. We must keep talking. We must keep talking about mental health. We must keep talking about domestic abuse. Stop trying to act like it does not exist, because it does. I've talked to many women. And there aren't too many women that I've encountered who have not dealt with this in one way or another. It's ridiculous. And it needs to stop. So again, that's just one little sample of how the abuse does exist in a relationship when your mate says things like that to you. Please be aware, because that's just the beginning. Like I said, it will eventually graduate to the physical, especially if you want to try to act like you're going to move on. So if you're in the United States and you are dealing with any type of abuse, they have a number. It's 1-800-799-7233. Again, 800-799-7233. And if you are in Kenya, I saw a number, it was 1190 and 1195. If you're dealing with those situations, please call someone. Call this number. Let them know what's going on. Because if they're not aware, if you're not letting them know, they're not going to know. And this is going to continue to happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know I love y'all. And again, do me a favor. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Ms. BJ Martin, MS BJ Martin. And if you'd like to make donations, you can go to my PayPal's at teachme2too. And again, if you don't stand for something, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, so you know that I love y'all, and remember, just like the sun, you are necessary. Peace. While you're at it, like, comment, share, and subscribe.